All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another one here today on the EMillio EgBar show, and I'm delighted to have this next guest come in and join us because we got a real industry professional, a real industry producer coming your way, and it's not too often that we get a lot of these, interviews or have guests that are actual producers that work within the business. So here today, man, I'm definitely delighted to have our next guest as we welcome to the show, Mr. Chuck Platinum. Yo, Chuck, what's good, my brother? How are you?
Hey, I'm wonderful, my brother. How you doing today, man?
Oh man, I'm doing wonderful, man. Thank you, man. I do appreciate you for taking the time out to join us here today. And I know all the people out there, especially the producers that watch this show, is definitely interested in this conversation, man. So with that being said, I normally like to give this part of the conversation to our guests to, kind of give the audience a little bit of a backstory about themselves, man. So if you would, man, the floor is all yours, my brother. Take it away.
A- Absolutely, bro. And definitely, first of all, man, I appreciate your platform and taking the time out to interview me today, man. Chuck Platinum started out in the late 70s. I was pretty much born into music. My father's a DJ. He's been DJing since the early 70s, about, oh man, 50 something years now. Still active, even almost 69 years old. My pops is still active, still out there doing his thing. And basically, just coming up watching him, I just got hit by the DJ bug,
Mm-hmm.
and, when I was 12, he, decided, well, what happened was I used to go out to his house in Brooklyn on
Mm-hmm.
Saturday mornings, and I used to take the train all the way from the Bronx to Brooklyn. And I used to mess around on the turntables, and my dad, he worked third shift, so he would be asleep by the time that I got over there, and I would just turn on the equipment, or I asked him to turn on the equipment for me. And he turned it on one day, and I did a mix with Jade, Don't Walk Away, and Positive K, I
Mm-hmm.
Got a Man. And he loved it, and he jumped out of his sleep, and had me on the turntables with two records for 6 hours straight, learning how to blend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took it from there, man. I learned how to rap, DJ, and produce in a 3 year span. So when I was about 12, I learned how to DJ. When I was 13, I was with my rap partner, and he that's a whole nother story right there. But just to briefly get into that, I met my rap partner back in '89. We was seeing the same little girl or whatever, and instead of fighting, we became friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So his uncle, God bless his soul, which actually he taught me how to produce as well. Saw something in us, and we started performing and doing shows and stuff in '92, and then '93 I started producing. So that's where the career left, from the early beginning started, and then we was in the group. We still in the group now, but around 2099 I went solo, started doing my own thing, and from there, that's when my production started taking off. And I worked with different people in the game: Neo, Midi Mafia, DITC, A&R AG's Taste of Ambrosia project.
Mm-hmm.
Just a whole bunch. I've worked with a whole bunch of independent artists in the last 30 years, man. So my catalog is pretty heavy, and now I own my own radio station, and I just started a label called Ayana Records last year because I got a lifetime distribution deal with Empire.
Nice.
So we're basically, I'm not signing anybody. We're just curating, using that platform to curate projects for people that I've been wanting to work with, or somebody that I see special. I just got a platform now to be able to help these artists. So as an elder statesman, man, my duties these days is just giving back, and just discovering new talent. You know what I mean?
I hear that, man. I gotta appreciate stuff like that because you have a lot of people out here, especially from the older generation in hip hop right now. A lot of them, and I can understand why. A lot of them are reluctant to reach back and give back to the younger generation because a lot of them don't really view the younger generation as being accepting to their help or to their knowledge that they have to provide. But when you have
Right.
somebody like yourself that's genuinely giving back, and helping people to get to a point in their career that is sustainable success, you got to tip your hat to that, man, because there's not too many people out here that are genuinely
the most recognized source of hip-hop and R&B on the planet. This is the EMillio EgBar Show. Real hip-hop and R&B.